two first, and then me. Okay. Let's start. Here we go. Yeah, I got it. You got it all ready to go. Just USB. Okay, I'm recording, so you can go anytime. Wrong thing.
That is not.
Oh, yeah, it's Longoria. That's the one. Yeah, that's right.
Hey guys, I'm Jay Longoria from the show.
My list of shows.
Cool.
So
Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2017. I'm sorry, 2018. Oh my goodness gracious. I haven't said that in a while. That's hard to keep up with. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. My guest today is actually Jordan White. I had you perform for the Christmas party. You had a fun time with that, right?
yeah, I was just totally sick that day.
A little out of it.
But I'm much better now. Thank you.
And then I still want to go back to the performance that it was with, where was that? It was in Pennsylvania.
That night?
The first where I met you with my VIP kind of
that was
lanyard thing.
That was the David Ivory showcase for Flextone Records.
And did you work with him?
Yeah, we did a couple singles together.
And he helped like promote you, push your career and kind of thing?
That's actually his best single since, well, in terms of sales, since Hailstorm.
Okay. Yeah, I know Hailstorm.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean,
know.
I'm talking like 1/10 of what they've sold, but it's still pretty good.
That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, let's start from the beginning with you. With everything that started, I mean, what would you say, you know, you grew up in? Like, what was your kind of like neighborhood, household kind of thing?
I grew up in Cranford, which is about an hour northeast of here, and my dad got me into you know, like Van Morrison, Jackson Brown, Bob Dylan, stuff like that. And, you know, when I was, 10 years old and I wanted to listen to, punk rock and Guns N' Roses, so we kind of steered me in the, well, you could argue the correct or right direction or wrong direction, depending on what music you like. And that got me more into like the singer-songwriter vibe type thing.
With what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
And so with all that, just growing up with it, is that something where you were like, this is kind of the music, the genre that you wanted to fall into, or where would that come in between you?
I'm actually more of a full band type of guy. Like I never really wanted to just be like a show that just says my name, I wanted to be like the singer in the band and the band name. But and I've been in plenty of bands, but it just worked out right now this way, that it was just mostly me.
Where you're just like solo right now?
Right.
So what would you say? So you said you prefer being in a band versus solo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, exactly with everything, because I've only seen you perform solo. Are you in a band as well? Are you looking to be in a band?
Yeah, well, there's a new band that this new label called Pangea Records is forming around me. Now, they picked the name Jordan White Project. I'm not really a fan of that name, but if that's what
your
they
name.
Want. Yeah, I you know what it is? I always feel like if your name is in the band, the other guys get less credit.
Okay.
And I don't, and I'm, I'm very much of a what's the word? Fair person, and I think everyone should get the credit because you don't really hear about the drummer on the Led Zeppelin records. You hear about the guitarist and the singer.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was
much
kind
credit
of
for anyone else.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not good. But what are you looking for to name that? Like, if they let you decide, what would you? Do you know like everyone's name in the band?
Yeah. I kind of like the name. It sort of had my name, but didn't sort of. I like the name of the band, Whiteout. I thought that sounded cool, but they all rejected it. So. I guess.
Oh, because they had your last name.
Yeah.
And what were they all entitled to, though?
What do you mean?
Well, like in your band, what some of the stuff? Like we have a guitarist. We have a piano player.
Right. 2 guitarists, bass player, piano player, and a drummer. They all live in Manhattan though, so we're trying to get that together. So we have to go back and forth. And the record label is based just west of Philadelphia, so we're trying to get that all together.
That's hard. And then is there like work and stuff entitled in that as well?
Oh yeah, because well, because I have besides the songs that you may have heard recorded, I have another 100 songs in my head, and the difficulty is trying to portray that onto 5 other people who may have a different opinion of how it should go.
Of course.
So they almost all like I said I think last time, all albums you hear are basically an argument and what's not the word compensation, when 2 people come together and agree on something, and that eventually you have to just record it, and someone's always unhappy with something about it.
That happens a lot.
Whether
yeah.
it's not their part.
It's hard to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is that word? It's hard to like.
I can't think of the word either. It's a word when two people compromise. That's it. Compromise.
Of like concentration. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Right. And I couldn't think of it either.
Yeah. So compromising is a very hard thing to do. Like, you know, with learning everybody's like what they like and what they dislike.
Right. And you're dealing with 5 different personalities who may or may not be the partying type, who may be the stay-at-home type, because, you know, in this business, there's a lot of people who are the partying type, and they want to play 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., and then they want to go to an after-hours bar and stay up till 7 in the morning. Yep. Now, I used to do that. Now, when I was in these touring, you know, big cover bands, we could, you know, go down to Florida, and 6 stops on the way, and then 4 stops back up on the way. You know, Rhode Island one night, and North Carolina the next night. So it was like you had to stay up a lot of the time because you had to drive in this either. Sometimes we had a bus. Most of the time we had a van.
How did you guys sleep? Was it staying up 24/7? I mean, you had to get some.
It was tons of drugs to keep us awake.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, really? No, I was going to say that's Hollywood. I wasn't going to lie to you.
No, I was just joking. Or am I?
Or is it like Red Bull and stuff? Was it energy
Oh,
drinks?
yeah, Red Bull definitely until I started getting my heartburn, ulcer type thing, and now I can't drink coffee or any of that.
Oh,
anything acidic bothers me.
Another thing I was going to say, you said you were in some cover bands?
Yeah.
Oh, what were you in?
There's a couple. They were, you know, the money was the money was insane, but the work was really difficult. Crystal Rocks was one of them. Fuzzy Bunny Slippers was another. I know that's a really goofy name, so I called it FBS. But you know,
what was that kind of music? That
well,
sounds awesome.
we had the drummer from Breaking Benjamin, the band.
I love Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, he was our drummer. And we had people from Los Angeles and all kinds of people. It was a corporate band. Like, it was auditions, and everybody sat in a room and sang for each other. And I got picked. And then I was the singer. There's 2 singers, me and this other guy, and I sang half the songs and played on the others.
Is that where Benjamin Burley's drummer first started? Or was
No, this was way after he left, or he got fired from Breaking Benjamin,
and he did something
because
else.
these are Breaking Benjamin, you know, was from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, so
yes.
we were all under the same agent and media agency. That's how that got put together.
Yeah, and with everything too, I know, because I used to go see Breaking Benjamin. It was the first time I actually crowd surfed, and my parents didn't even know about that.
You crowd surfed?
Yeah.
I wouldn't crowd surf if I was a girl. I'll tell you that.
I know.
There are too many weirdos.
Only thing that happened was my phone fell on somebody's face, and they gave it back.
Oh. Okay.
And he hugged me and high-fived me. And it was totally
nice.
worth it afterwards. It was at Starland Ballroom in Sayreville.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that wasn't as bad. I mean, if I tried crowd surfing for Falling in Reverse, I would be more scared because it's like metal in the mosh pit kind of thing. So.
Yeah, crowd surfing
is really...
For like an attractive female like yourself, I wouldn't do it. I seriously wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, it was a couple years ago. So one time I just wanted to try it.
Oh no, you got to do it once.
And it didn't fall out bad or anything. You know, it was good kind of thing.
Right.
So what songs do you have prepared for us for today? I haven't heard you since Christmas.
I could do a couple of the only. All right, let me put this. That song, Maybe Amy, you were talking about. That's the only one that I was ever in the Billboard. And now and when I say Billboard, I mean like number 400, which is nothing special, but it's still up there.
Hey, we love that song. My dad even requested it.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Maybe Amy.
And then I could do maybe a couple new ones that are going to be on the new album or something.
Of course.
Or whatever you guys want to hear.
Well, if you want to play one of the songs now.
Okay.
Whatever song you like. What do you have prepared for us? You
said I mean,
I
40 of them. I could do anything.
So whatever you want. You're the guest. You're the guest on the show. You pick what you want to play.
All right.
Because you have people tuning in anyway.
I'll do. I guess I'll do Amy.
Yeah. Did you want to?
Sure. This one. This one's for Molly. You don't know me just a little from what you see. Listen to this little ditty, then maybe you'll be only happy at the beach when the skies are blue. Woodlands gray clouds, you may need to pull me through. Pull me through. We smell the inside of brand new books, 'cause we just don't care how stupid it looks. And this could be a funny story while your path cross mine. We're jumping in quarries, but there's no trespassing signs. No one pays it no mind. So maybe Amy, you could pull me over some red wine if you were coming. Call me up anytime. Some people light you on fire just to watch you burn. Ain't no rhyme or reason about it. You just gotta turn your head back down to the river you come from, where there's water around. Now you could meet me in some bar where nobody goes. Oh, Amy, I don't really know. I said I just don't know. But maybe, Amy, you could pull me over some red wine if you'd call me up anytime. The sincerity of that feeling, it's the only reason I found. I cut you from a crowd when I was down in, 'cause you're the only diamond that shines in this town. Only one around. So maybe, Amy, you could pull me over your red wine if you just call me up anytime. Anytime. You can call me up anytime. Thank you.
Very welcome. That's such a beautiful song.
Thank you. And you know what's funny? That song, why it's called Maybe, Amy, is it was a girl I did have a crush on, and it didn't work out. That's why it was called Maybe.
I was going to say, what's the story behind it?
I wrote it right before, right after I met her. And, you know, it seemed like it was going to happen, but it didn't.
So it's like, why would you do that to me?
She dumped me for some junior banker who had a lot more money.
You're going to say a Jew.
No, no.
I was like, wait, what?
A junior banker.
Oh, goodness. You know what the bank was?
I don't know.
Probably Bank of America.
Probably. One day she just disappeared, and I was like, well, at least I have this song about her.
All right. Well, we're going to take some phone calls if anybody wants to call in. The phone number is 619-807-2492. Again, the phone number is 619-807-2492. And so let's talk about some upcoming stuff we have going on for you.
Sure.
So let's give out all your your upcoming appointments. I mean, your performances. Well, they could be appointments too.
Sure. Let's see. It's a lot of Pennsylvania stuff. On Saturday the 27th, I'm playing at the Bishop Winery. That's in Percy, Pennsylvania. February 2nd, I'm playing at a place called the House and Barn. It's a real kind of, don't let the name deceive you. It's a really upscale place. Then I'm playing at the Fogelsville Hotel on February 8th. Revolutions on February 9th. So those are the next 4 shows coming up. And there's plenty more if you go to jordanwhitemusic.com.
And that's how they can find you as well? Like
yes.
If they were going to look for...
or Facebook. Facebook.com/jordanwhitemusic.
And how do people contact you if they wanted to get you on the show? Would it be through that? Or do you have a manager?
Sure.
Do you have an agent?
I do have both, but the easiest way to directly contact me is just email me at jordan@jordanwhitemusic.com is the easiest way.
The easiest way.
Right.
Now, with that still, do you still have to like share your manager or agent with that? Or can you just book it?
It depends. If they book it, they take a percentage. If I book it, I just do it on my own. Really depends on.
So if you book it, it's kind of saving you some money.
Usually, yeah, because 90% of the time I have to chase the people down to get the show. Not always. Sometimes I get real easy ones like the colleges, which are actually the most lucrative.
Have you tried Mercer County? Mercer County Community College? I
haven't. No, I'm
it.
at a bunch of colleges in Pennsylvania, but I didn't know they had music. If they have music, I'll try it out.
Yeah, I mean, and they have a theater place. I don't know. I know that's like where they do theater. But I mean, if you're like looking for artwork or like artists and stuff, like maybe for something they're going on, they can use you for like a promotion or something.
Yeah,
They always have stuff going on. So.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, or Starland. Did you try Starland?
I do know the place, but I have not played there.
They're amazing.
I played all the places in Asbury Park.
Stone Pony.
Yeah, there and a bunch of places right around there. We had a hotel. We stayed at somewhere around there, and we played at like 4 places in like 4 or 5 nights or something.
What was like one of your favorite places that you performed at so far? Like if you can, give a list.
That's a good question. I honestly at this point I've lost. You could tell me I played somewhere and I'd say I don't even remember, but
something that you were like you could never forget.
Probably a place called Secrets in Ocean City, Maryland.
Ooh.
That is they have national acts come through there, and then Crocodile Rock in Allentown before it shut down.
Oh.
We
Why'd it
opened.
shut down?
They lost their liquor license because they were considered a nuisance bar.
Oh,
We opened for I'm sure you know these bands, Vertical Horizon and Third Eye
Heard of them.
Blind, and the guy who won the show, Rockstar on NBC. I can't remember his name though.
Rockstar. Wait, Rockstar. What? NBC. Do you know who?
I can't remember his name.
What was the show?
I think it was called Rockstar.
No,
It was like a reality thing to get some singer who was really good and put him in a band.
Boy band?
No, it was actually to put them in the band called NXS.
Oh.
That might be before your time.
I'm 20. I don't know
Yeah.
how long
Well,
that was.
NXS was a huge band in the 80s. They had that song.
I know
I
the
need you
90s.
tonight.
I know that song,
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
Yep. Something about you that makes me sweat. That one.
Okay. No, because I was going to say, if you said boy band, I actually have a person from boy band calling in on my show on the 23rd.
That's the name of the band, boy band?
I was on ABC.
Oh, really?
It was a TV show, and it had it was Baby Spice as a judge, Timberland, and Nick Carter.
I'm sure this show's going to do real well.
They already got their band. It was like
Yeah.
out of 15 guys, they only put it down to like 4 for a boy
Right,
band.
right.
But yeah, one of the person that got disqualified, I have him on my show.
Oh, well, that's good.
So, branching out there, trying to help
Right,
other
right,
artists and stuff,
right.
it's very hard. How would you recommend if somebody wanted to start in a career like what you're doing? What would the advice you'd be giving them? Very stressful, very hardworking.
Yeah, you know what? I've been asked that many times, but my answers sort of changed over the years.
So let's see what you say this year. It's
Well,
2018.
Yeah, what I would normally, and still probably applies, play out as much as possible. And when I mean that, do what I did. Go to every open mic in your area you can find. Because what you'll find is eventually, if you're talented enough and you're a nice person, you'll play an open mic somewhere, and the owner or manager or something there will be there, and they'll say, hey, I like the way you sound. You want to actually play a show here, like a real show, get paid. And you'll be like, oh, sure. And then it kind of snowballs from there. But you have to, if you want to do what I do for a living and you're just starting out, you have to absolutely play at least 2 or 3 times a week. And when I say play, I mean out in a
Out
crowd,
pieces, yeah.
even if it's for 1 person or 1,000. And the other thing is practice your instrument at least 4 or 5, 6 times a week. I would say always have music in your head. Always try writing. It's very much like comedy. Comedians get their material by looking at the world around them and making sense of it in a humorous way.
Or their world, like what they're living in.
Right. And so lyric writing is very much that, but it's on the more serious side.
Yeah, and I was gonna say another thing with that. When you said like performing, can that also be if they're like outside performing, like to draw a crowd, or would you prefer like inside, like where there's like open room kind of thing?
Oh, you mean literally outside versus physically inside?
Yeah, like if they just just like
Oh,
on
you mean like sitting on a park bench or
steps
something?
Yeah, because I know
yeah.
a lot of people do that.
That
They have like that thing
sure.
open or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't find an open mic that weekend and you want to do it, sure. However, a lot of times, people that see you doing that think that you're homeless or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that makes you happy, go for it.
Well, if you're going for the money.
Yeah,
that
like
will
I mean,
have
I've
to-
never done that. I know people that travel to New York and sit at the subway platforms, and they make a good $150, $200, by tips, in their guitar case.
especially quarters and stuff.
Yeah. They go to
No, they add up.
they have to go to Coinstar after. But definitely the structured open mic nights is. I mean, I can tell you where the first one I ever played was. It was a place called Godfrey Daniels in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And that was a huge deal to me. Like I thought, like I was worried all week, you know, and now I play for it doesn't even bother me at all.
Doesn't affect you.
Yeah, the more it's just like the first time you drove a car, you know, you're kind of like, oh.
So your first time, were you like a little shy on stage?
Oh my God, my here's what my leg would shake, my left leg.
Yeah.
I obviously you
Like
the
nervous
viewers,
anxiety.
Yeah, and sometimes my mouth would tremble, but I could when I talked, I'd be like, but I could still sing, which is very strange. And that started in high school where I could sing,
Yeah.
but I had difficulty talking in front of a large group of people. You know, I'd rather sing for 1,000 than talk for 5.
Talk. Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, you could talk for 1,000 too, but you might more
Right.
be more,
Yeah.
more
I would be much
troubling.
more nervous because I'm in my comfort zone when I sing, and I know what I'm going to say because I know the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, another thing, when you were first performing, did you forget the lyrics? Because I know a couple of people
Yep.
too, where you know, you say them backwards or.
I make if I do, I just make stuff up, or I'll revert to an earlier verse that I still remember. And there's still sometimes even that Maybe Amy song I forget, you know, the next part, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's this, it's that.
How do you fit your own music though?
It's
I mean,
you know what
isn't
it's
that,
like if you painted, you know, 30 paintings, and then someone said, hey, what color did you use on this one without looking at it? You might, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's
that
kind
would
of like
take
that.
a while.
You know, you
to
might
like think.
right, and you know, just the fact that play the guitar is one of the harder instruments. And there's, you know, I could show you charts with all the different chords. There's literally 300-400 different chords you can play, and you have to memorize them, put your fingers in the right position, and put your fingers in the next right position without stopping to make the song flow. You know,
Yeah, because you have to like.
right,
because
because you can't be like din and then be like, oh, it's this. You know.
That would be me.
Yeah, and well, no,
That's
that's
why
fine.
I quit
no,
guitar.
I start. No, don't quit because I start. That's how I started.
I didn't like the things on my hands.
Oh, calluses.
Nope.
You can see I have some.
No.
It goes away after a while,
But
but
that looks painful.
it is at one. If you play like 4 or 5 shows in a row, it does hurt. After a while, they get raw, but it goes away.
And what do you do to that?
Nothing. I just deal with it.
Lotion?
No, that's too girly for me.
That's
I'm a
girly.
manly man.
We'll use guy lotion.
When in my spare time, I chop trees down.
Cream. You sound like the brawny guy. All right.
Yeah.
What other song do you have to perform for us?
I could play a newer one. Sort of. It's called High Road.
Okay. What's behind this?
High Road was, that's the time. That's a typical thing where someone does something. Someone does you really, really wrong, and it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be anything, and it'd be something so horrible that it almost like reverts to the Beatles song "Let It Be," and that's how I figured out. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it be. I'm not gonna make anything worse. You
I
know,
love
do
that
this.
song.
So High Road is kind of, you know, the guy in the song, he says, you took the highway, but I took the high road. So I could play that one.
Is the guy in the song you? Or is this a cover?
Well, see, I kind of like, it is me in a way. Like a lot of songs, they're about me, but I also write them from a perspective of a character because it's easy to deal with that way.
Okay. Because you said the guy, and I'm
yeah,
like, it's not you?
Yeah, I tend to say that. Like, you know what the guy says. I do mean, but at the time, you know,
helps you perspire
right,
what
because
you're
because the situation I wrote about is no longer presenting itself, so it's kind of almost feels like a story I wrote.
Okay.
So yeah, it's called High Road. You took the highway, I took the high road. You left me nowhere left to go. I had nowhere left to go. Well, I punched my fist right through that glass, and you know it doesn't matter when your future, it all becomes the past. Well, I tried so hard not to give on, and you gave up on me, and I know I just can't lose, but you'll always win. 'Cause you took the highway, I took the high road, but you left me nowhere left to go. I had nowhere left to go. nowhere left to go. So just say you'll wait for me this time. I feel you falling oh so fast. Your memories hang me up. I feel frozen in your past. You could write yourself a letter just to tell yourself oh goodbye, 'cause all that's left of me are empty circles of my eyes. 'Cause you took the highway, I took the high road. 'Cause you left me nowhere left to go. I had nowhere left to go. Nowhere left to go. I had nowhere left to go.
Woo!
Thank you.
Okay, so Jerry is trying to call in. She said that the phone line is busy. All right, Jerry, try calling again, dear. And we will see what's going on. Everybody that's tuning in, this is Jordan. I'm sorry, Facebook Live wasn't working on my page, so I had to put it on here.
Oh, good.
So we might still be live there, but it's not live.
Okay.
And now we're live here. So that's
Cool.
live. So, all right. So Jerry's going to call in. We'll wait on that. So let's go over. So we have all the upcoming shows you do Pennsylvania. Where's the farthest you'd like to travel? 'Cause I know you drive.
Farthest I'd like to travel.
For shows, if they ask.
Wow. I'd go
see.
anywhere.
Hi, Jerry. Hello. You're on the Danny. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jerry. Are you there?
I heard him.
Kiddo, can you hear me?
Yes, Jerry. Can you hear me?
Can't hear you. You sound like a squeaking animal.
Can you hear me?
Is it not working? Hi, Jerry. Can you hear me? Hold on, Jerry. We're gonna. We just got a new computer today, so technical difficulties, guys. I'm so sorry. She said she'll call back. Oh, Drew wants to know what sort of music do you play and how did you get started as a musician?
Something just popped up.
Skype.
Sorry, could you?
Hi.
Okay, hello.
Hi, can you hear me, Jerry?
Nope.
Jerry, you can't hear me at all?
Yes, now I can. Now I can.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. Thank you for calling in, dear.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi, darling.
Good, good.
Do you remember Jerry? She was at my Christmas party.
Yes, I do.
She's calling in for you.
Okay.
She's very nice.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, how are you?
Good, sweetie. The sound is not quite right. It sounds like you guys are really far away. But I just wanted to call in to say I think you're awesome, and I know you were sick the last time I saw you at the Christmas party.
Yeah,
But
yep.
I'm hoping to meet you again, and maybe in the spring have you on my show because I was sick tonight and I couldn't come in, or I really wanted to see you. But I think you're awesome.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're next on her show.
All right.
Where's your show located?
So,
Here.
Oh, here. Duh. Okay. I don't know.
I can't hear you. What?
Oh, I didn't. I was just asking where your show was, and she said it was here. I didn't realize it was here.
Yeah, it's actually before hers.
Oh,
You have an hour and a
canceled
half with
tonight.
her.
awesome.
So anyway, I just really wanted to call in and just say hello to you because we've been contacted on Facebook a little bit here, and I'm going to hang up so your other fans can call in.
Okay. Thanks.
But just so
Thanks,
you know,
Jerry.
the sound is not great. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for another caller, my friend Drew wants to know what sort of music do you play and how did you get started as a musician?
As a musician, I was always playing with with pots and pans, banging them together when I was like 2. My parents bought me a little Casio keyboard that was about 16 inches long, and I used to fool around on that. And then they recognized, you know, that I had something going with music, and they bought me a real piano, like a big Yamaha Studio Upright. And I took piano lessons, and I took guitar lessons, and vocal lessons, and stuff like that, and just kind of kept going from there.
And that's something you really like to do for everything too, right?
Yeah, yep.
Is Adam White related to you?
Adam White? I don't think so.
Oh, because he has the same last name as you, and he's seen him.
Oh, cool.
So I didn't know if he was like your brother. Or
No. My brother's Austin White, but
no, this is Adam.
okay.
We got another call if you want to try.
Yes, we will take it. Hello, you're on the DJ Danni Show. May I ask who's calling and where are you from?
Hey, I'm calling it.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hi, is this Molly?
Yeah.
Hi, Molly. How are you, dear?
I'm good.
So did you have some questions for Jordan today?
Yep.
All right, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
What inspires you? And what?
What inspires me?
Who inspires you and why?
Oh, who inspires me? Probably just great songwriters. Songs that here's the thing, it's a great song if it changes your mood after you listen to it. If you're happy and it keeps you happy, that's great. But if you're sad and it makes you happy, that's even better. You know, I think.
And why?
I'm not sure why that is. It must be something universal in our psychology. Why that kind of thing happens.
That's a good answer. Molly, did you have another question for him? Molly?
The sound, the quality. Wow.
I'm sorry, Mal. What'd you say?
Me? I think
Go on, Molly. You can say the next
it
question.
sounds like you're underwater. It really does. It's like I can't hear you guys.
I don't want
I
to
can
be
try to
underwater.
keep asking questions, but
I'm sorry. If you want to continue.
We are underwater. We're in a big swimming pool.
funny.
Danny won't come into the deep end, but I'm in
Do you
the.
want to hear the next question?
Sure.
All right. What place would you love to perform at?
Madison Square Garden. That's my ultimate. Or if you're talking in general, Saturday Night Live to be the guest musician. I almost got on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Really close. What? I had the producer's name was Jonathan Morgan, and we went back and forth for about a month. And then at the last moment, he's like, "We're gonna pass on you for now, but you know, give me."
Contact him again and tell
Yeah,
him
I
on
should.
DJ Show.
This was like a year or two ago. He saw me on NBC, and he was, I guess, interested, but I couldn't get it. I got really close.
Contact him again.
I
Give me
should.
the information. I'll contact him. For
Okay.
you.
Jonathan Brandis, that was his
I'm
name.
good
Or
with this
Jonathan, something like that.
Molly?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No problem. So you said you were asking him what, where he would like to perform. Why would you like to perform Madison Square Garden?
Madison Square Garden is like, it's like
Number one on your
it's
bucket
like
list.
the gold medal if you're an Olympic competitor. It's the place.
What
you know?
about selling it out?
That would be insane. That would be crazy insane. And people have done it, and they're a very elite few.
I believe in you. I think you could do that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would love to, if I ever did play there, I'd probably kiss the stage.
Go on, Molly. Did you have another question for him, dear?
Yeah. It's like, how many people do you have on your show? I'm hearing like all kinds of different voices.
Oh, it's only just me and Jordan. I mean, there's other people in the back, but I don't know why you should be hearing them.
Well, I hear you loud and clear. You sound fine, but it's like the background.
Can you hear? Can you hear me too?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
You guys.
If you weren't playing
I'm sorry. What did you say, dear? It cut out.
if you weren't playing music, what would you be doing right now?
I'd probably be a garbage man or something.
But why?
I don't know.
That's
No, actually, I'd probably be a. Since I have a master's degree in child psychopathology, I'd probably be a professor at a community college or something. I don't know. That's probably that's the top. That's the best answer. The worst answer would be,
A garbage man.
yeah, or a janitor. I was a janitor once at Wegmans grocery stores years ago, like 2005.
Wegmans was around then?
Yep. Well, maybe not around here, but they were in Pennsylvania.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
Go on, Molly. You can
I-
go on.
I have one last question. If a wish came true, what would you wish for?
Well, it depends. Are you talking like a selfish wish or a wish like about the world?
Probably selfish.
A selfish wish would be to go on a national tour, and be in the front row of the Grammys when they're held. But that's a selfish wish. If I had another wish about the world, I would say get rid of all the idiots in power and start.
World peace and love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just have to check on the video. I hardly heard a word that you guys were saying.
Molly, I can't.
Yeah.
Molly?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, darling. I cannot hear you. Would you be able to repeat that one more time? I don't know if it's...
I heard her.
You heard her?
She just said she was gonna go back to watching on Facebook or something.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
Because
didn't,
on there I hear you fine and it sounds clear.
but I don't know. I'm sorry about that, dear. Well, we just got a new phone system, or new computer, so maybe that could be the issues.
I don't know. Do you want me to stay on the phone or what?
Did you want to say anything to Molly?
Sure. Molly, thanks so much for listening and being supportive. I really appreciate it, and for calling in.
Alright, sounds good. Take care.
You
Thank
too.
you, Molly. Have a
Bye.
beautiful day.
Yep.
Okay. We'll get our phone system fixed out. I don't know what's going on. I can't even hear myself anymore. I don't know
Really?
what's going on. Oh,
I can.
you can hear me?
Check. I can hear you, and I can hear me. Yeah.
I can't hear anything. But Drew actually had the other thing he was saying about what you said for pots and pans. He said he thinks it's neat, and what are some of the goals as far as the music industry you're concerned in? He's good.
What am I concerned about the music industry?
What are some of your goals as far as the music industry is concerned?
Just be able to make a living playing music, and the best parts are when people like Molly and stuff say, "Hey, this song that you wrote that I heard, helped me through a hard time," because music really helped me as like a lonely 15-year-old teenager. Listening to music really was like all I had. I mean, I had food and a really nice house, and so millions had it worse. Okay.
Of course.
But I was not particularly social or well liked when I was like 15. So music was there for me always. So
Was it like bullying and stuff as well?
No,
or?
not bullying.
Okay. Well, that's good.
It was
'cause that
more.
doesn't help.
It was more about being ignored. And
Innocent, feeling like invisible.
yeah, I had my friends and stuff, but I felt like a lot of people looked through me, because we had a big family, 4 kids, relatively big, and we moved to a new school from New Jersey, from Cranford, and I didn't know anybody, so I had to start all over, and I kind of went to a shell. But music was always there,
So it's always there, like protect you, like,
yeah,
catch you.
and
you
what
fall.
my philosophy is that I'm kind of like trying to repay that debt, to help someone else or other people. I
Other
guess.
ways you can.
Right.
Yeah. Are you would you like if you found talent or something? How would you help them? Like you would just give them advice? Would you like?
Sure. If that's all they wanted, if they wanted, to come play, and I thought they were, if I believed in their sound or whatever, I'd surely ask them, and introduce them to agents and record label people and stuff like that.
And Drew also said, I hear that sometimes all you have is your thoughts and a great album to listen to.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Especially when it's a new one, you sit there and listen to it. For me, an album from a band or a soloist I've been looking forward to for a year, I'll just sit there and listen to it for 2 days and start to smell because I don't take a shower. Just keep listening.
Well, we have a lot of people tuning in. I think they want to hear some more music.
Cool.
Oh, wait, we have another phone caller. Okay, we'll take it. Hey, Jordan, you take it.
Hello?
say
hang up.
I heard something, but
It sounded like they said hung up.
oh.
Did I hang up?
Okay.
Okay. Was that him?
Do you want me to answer or no? Oh, just talk. It's him listening.
Okay, well, he's going to do a song.
Oh, well, I could do either. Whatever.
He was going to play a song. What do you want us to do? Okay. Get your song. Get ready for your song. What song are we doing?
I think I'm gonna do. It's called Like the Rain.
Oh, I think you played this in Pennsylvania
Yeah.
with the thing. Yeah.
1 second.
No, you're fine. You can't put everything on your head at once.
Right.
It's not gonna fit.
I gotta get the harmonica ready for this one. And this one is. Oh. What's this one? This is about one of those people that kind of. Well, I think we've all been there. It's one of those people that kind of just splat and cause trouble for a lot of other people. Not intentionally, but they're just kind of like an open wound of a person. And I kind of took that and kind of convoluted a little bit away about someone I knew. It's not really about her specifically, because she'll probably get mad if I said that, because it's not the nicest song. It's not mean, but, you know, it's not like it's swearing or anything. But it just, well, it was about, it's about a girl I thought was like the rain. So.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
It took 1 billion heartbeats to get my picture in your frame. You could hang it on the wall, you can just let it fall, 'cause it all stays the same. I'm standing in your garden, what have I done to you? If you keep it inside, you can just run and hide, but it's nothing new. 'Cause that girl's like the rain, with a little thunder too. 'Cause it all stays the same when you act like you do. Just 1,000 heartbeats to get my picture off your frame. You can hang it on the wall, you can just let it stall. It all stays the same. I'm standing in your garden, what have I said to you? That if you keep it inside, you can just run and hide, but it's nothing new. 'Cause that girl's like the rain, with a little lightning too. 'Cause it all stays the same when you look like you do. Drove down the turnpike, regrets they're nothing new. Well, you could say that I'm sorry, I could say not to worry, but it just won't do. 'Cause that girl's like the rain, with a little thunder too. But it all stays the same when you act like you do. Thank you.
How do you, like, play the guitar and the harmonica at the same time.
Oh, it's kind of like, can you rub your belly and pat your head at the same time?
No.
Oh,
I can't.
I can. No, it's practice. I couldn't always play the harmonica and play the guitar. Yeah, it's hard. It took me about 2 months to teach myself the harmonica, as in playing the guitar and the harmonica at the same time.
So for you to find like the music for the harmonica, like the perfect what you need for this, did it take you time to find that before you played it with the guitar?
Oh yeah. Oh, you
like
mean
you didn't do both at
to
once.
write? Yeah. Well, I had an idea for that song, and I thought the harmonica added it because it has a little bit of a southern country flair to it.
I like that.
And
are you gonna do country?
You know what? I do have songs that have a twinge of it, and my favorite kind of music mostly is music that isn't outright country, but it's more rock, but it has that sense of roots in country, like southern rock. Like example, I'm not sure, this might probably before your time, the Allman Brothers Band.
I know the Allman Brothers.
Okay. Just make it short.
No, you're fine.
Someone like that, Leonard Skinner, where it's not really country, but it's and I like country, but not as much as I like southern rock paired with that country flavor.
Yeah, no, because I've been listening to a lot of country music lately anyway, but I feel like listening to country music, it just makes me feel like so happy versus some of the music that's out there that doesn't really make sense, especially on the radio.
Right.
Like even if it's R&B rap or R&B rap or just pop. Some of them don't even like make sense anymore or sound like the same situation as what it should be. Country has like some rhyming stuff, so it's easier for me to like know the lyrics and feel happy about it.
Yeah, I know. You're talking like gangster rap, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, or just like anything, like what the radio station plays.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's just.
You know what's funny? The funny thing. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but of that type. But what's funny is how honest it is.
It is.
Gangster rap, because it's not this crap about standing on a mountain. It's back that ass up. You know. I mean. It's not.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
You know what? But it's true though. There's so much honesty in it. It just move, bitch, get out the way.
Yeah. No. Of course, I understand that completely. And hey, that word is actually another name for a dog, so technically you're not cursed.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
But with everything else, I mean, like, I feel like I don't know. I mean, country always has mentioned beer.
Yeah.
And a couple of their songs. So it's like beer and trucks, and it's just easy.
Right.
But
yeah.
they're very catchy.
Yeah.
Just, I had to get ringtones today. I don't know why. I was like, I need these. But I feel like you can do a little, do you have like a little country swang? Like, can you get a country
Oh, like
swang?
the sound in your voice? Like,
yeah,
well, that kind of thing?
Yeah. That probably would hurt too.
Yeah, I could do it. I mean, like, if you're talking like, well, and then, my dog got shot, stuff like that.
Hey, no dog's getting shot. That's not funny. Talking to a person that loves animals here. I can't.
I do impressions. Do you want to hear Mike Tyson at the KFC drive-thru?
Sure.
This is Mike Tyson. I would like a number 2 and a number 4, but with slaw, extra slaw. That's it. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, which one's the Jew guy?
Oh yeah, I could do. I've been trying Christopher Walken.
Let's try Christopher.
Did you know that pineapple?
Dad, he sounds like Christopher Walken.
Did you know?
That's awesome. Drew also said that his uncle Danny made a guitar for one of his family members, for Greg Allman, actually.
No way, really?
He makes guitars with quartz, crystals, fruits that never wear down.
Wow, Greg Allman. I have his signature on a poster, but I never met him. I bought it on eBay.
Is Greg still alive?
No, he passed a couple years ago, or a year.
Did both of them pass?
Yeah, actually, his brother Dwayne Allman died in the '70s in a motorcycle accident.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what was
right,
like.
but most of the songs.
Christopher Walken. Jerry said yes.
Did you know?
Pineapple. I love that.
Pineapple is the only fruit that put bumps on your tongue. Stuff like that.
Where's that from?
I just made it up. I don't know. Probably from somewhere.
Oh, I thought it was from. Could you miss this? Could you do Robin Williams?
Robin Williams. I haven't tried that one. I can do Barack Obama.
You can try Obama.
American people spoken. Sasha Malima show. And
You go right from music to impressions.
we've got people on the right playing games, and
Can you do Donald Trump?
I tried. He's very difficult to do. Besides the facial expressions, I've tried, but I couldn't get him. Try him. Oh man,
Just think of something. There's so much stuff he said.
Yeah, I do like Chris Rock a little bit. Like America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent. I don't know. I do this in my spare time, which I have a lot of. Trust me.
He said, "Dirt road, cold beer, blue jeans, and a red pickup."
Yeah, that's accurate.
That's quick.
That's accurate. Absolutely.
No, I mean, like, it's easier. I feel like it's easier to make country music than it is for others too.
It
And
can
they
be.
don't really have to sell out.
Yeah, I mean, and country's so popular now too.
I love country.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even a country girl. I'm a Jersey girl.
Right.
I love country. I really do.
Mhm.
For everything.
I like it. Yeah.
So let's see about everything that we have going. Let's give your upcoming appointments again. Upcoming shows.
Sure. I am at. Well, this is mostly in I'll go through the ones in February since it's almost. Well, will be. February 2nd at the House and Barn in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. The next week, February 8th at the Fogelsville Hotel in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. Revolutions, it's a giant place on February 9th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And there's a real big one coming up at Cedar Crest College, of course, in Pennsylvania, that's March 19th. Now, I skipped about 7 of them between them, just trying to mention the major ones. Yeah, of course. And then I'm playing at the AAA Iron Pigs baseball games in Allentown a few times in April, May, and June.
Iron Pigs?
Yep, that's the name of their AAA team. Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's the farm team for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, okay. Phillies, the game, the football?
Baseball.
Oh, it's baseball?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Phillies was football.
That's Eagles.
See, this is why I don't know sports. I don't know sports.
That's all right. I don't know a lot of things either, so don't worry about it.
I went to the Eagles Stadium a couple years ago just for Kevin Hart's What tour.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was Eagles.
Lincoln Financial Field.
No, it was his hometown. It was his hometown because he said, "This is my hometown." So it was his hometown. Just saying. So what's coming up for you? We have your upcoming dates. What are we looking for after that?
Well, we're doing probably in New York a new album. Probably in March.
Bands?
Yeah, that's going to be with a Jordan White project type thing, at least as far as the players.
Or they won't let you change it because it's already made. Because I mean, I feel like you want to give the credit to the band.
Yeah, I really wanted a name for a band that didn't have my name, but that's what they chose it. I mean, the band themselves liked it. So I'll just go with what they want.
Well, then with that, what you can always do, I mean, you probably do it on stage anyway, as you give them the credit and you're like,
oh yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. Because I have a theory: everybody wants to be the lead singer when you're in a band. However, not everyone's cut out. Just like I'm not cut out to be a lead guitar player. I can play guitar, but nothing. No. So
that takes a lot of work, doesn't it?
Oh my, yeah, that is very, very difficult.
Drew said that you look Dan Harmon, one of the creators of Rick and Morty.
Do I like him?
You look like him.
Oh, do I? I love that. I love that show.
Is.
I love that show, but I haven't. I don't know who he is, but I love that show. It's a really surreal. Well, let me put it this way: it's on at 4:30 in the morning on the Cartoon Network. Okay.
No,
So,
it's like Big Mouth, right?
It's this guy and like this other guy, this older guy, and they just get themselves into trouble with like bizarre alternate universes, and it's all filled.
Like Adventure Time.
Yeah, like kind of like that. Yeah, it was supposed to be, from what I read, it was supposed to be about Marty McFly and Doc, and they couldn't get those names, so they changed it to Rick and Morty instead of...
Oh, Marty... Okay, I just saw those movies.
Oh, Back to the Future. You just saw them for the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I could go back and see them for the first time.
It was like the first and second one I think I saw. No, just the first one. I didn't see
There's
the
three of them, yeah. The first one with that scene when he's playing Johnny B. Good on the stage.
Yeah, no, I saw both of them.
Okay, that made a lot of people play guitar, like learn guitar. I read
was
John Mayer actually decided to play guitar from seeing that scene, So that's a great movie. Classic.
So we have that coming up for you. We have all your upcoming shows, performances, stuff. What song would you like to close with today?
Let's see. Do you want an original or a cover?
Whatever you want to do. What do you want to show your fans? You're getting a lot of them from me. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out to everyone watching right now. You have a lot of people from networks.
Oh, sweet.
Tuning in, so.
Let's see if I can. I just gotta tune this real quick. I'll do let's see. Oh, okay, I got one. This one's a little bit of a slower one, but this has not been recorded, and it's going to be on the new album. And briefly, what it's about is how many times you're driving home from somewhere and you look over and there's an empty seat next to you because it's just you, and how kind of that gets depressing after a while. So that's kind of what the song's about.
Depressing.
I know.
It's on a depressing song, Jordan.
It's called On the Way Home, but yeah, I mean, but it's got hopefulness to it because it's, you know, tomorrow's another day. On the way home, do you feel alone? That empty seat to fill, it seems so out of reach. That wishing well, all been drained. Nothing left but mud and some change, and it'll stay that way until it rains. On the way home, do you feel like somebody else? No, you ain't changing, but somehow you don't feel like yourself. All the things you said and did to me, how they came for you too easily, but you know that it's me to say, just let it be. Can you let it be? So on the way home, are you on your own? Someday that seat next to you, somebody'll be there waiting for you. Is that wishing well? It's all been drained. There's nothing left but mud and some change, and it'll stay that way. It'll stay that way until it rains. Please, God, let it rain. Please, someone, let it rain. Thank you.
Now, where exactly, like, I know Molly asked you this earlier, and like for your inspirations and stuff, but if you could honestly name just a few, where does it all come from?
A few things?
Like
or
your house? Well, I mean your songs.
Inspiration for the lyrics. A lot of it is just observing, observing people, the way they interact, to something, major like that, to the way you're sitting in your car at a red light, just looking at it, waiting for it to change. Just things that pop in your head and things you see in a little bit of a different manner than you used to. And also when I go somewhere new, like we used to go to Wildwood for vacation.
I love Wildwood.
Yeah, I agree. I love.
And
It's my favorite.
Lancaster.
Lancaster.
We always went to
Oh,
Lancaster.
really?
It was amazing.
I usually travel through there to get the shows, but I like it there too. But
It's
Wild.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's Amish.
Yep,
So it's
yep.
like you do everything on your own. But go on, you could say.
Oh, I was saying, anytime I'm in a new place, like a vacation, Wildwood, Crest, or whatever, or wherever, I come up with new ideas, and I think it's because I'm out of my comfortable environment. Like, the hardest place now for me to write songs is in my room, where it used to be the easiest. So sometimes I'll just literally, in the summer, I'll go to, like, a secluded park somewhere and bring my guitar or my notepad and just trying to write.
Is it because your mind's always thinking too, so you constantly...
It could be. It could be just be that I need a new change of physical scenery, to see things a little different. Cause
Do you like beaches and stuff? Like
oh
going to
yeah,
the beach, and,
beach,
like,
mountains. Yeah, I love them both. I love the cabin in the mountains in the winter, and then the beach in the summer. I like them both. Yeah.
They help.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
bring.
Like that. That's last song I just wrote. I believe I wrote that in the Poconos at my friend's party. They were having a campfire, and I was kind of sitting outside. They're always, bring your guitar, brought it, and I just started fooling around. That's
Well,
how it
for
came.
everybody that's tuning in, let them know where they can find you.
Oh, jordanwhitemusic.com. And if you're on Facebook, facebook.com/jordanwhitemusic. And you can find a lot of the TV interviews and stuff if you go to YouTube and search Jordan White Music.
And that's good though for everything that like you're branching out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get you back on the Ellen Show.
Yeah, I got really, and I'm not joking, I got so close. I mean, I went back with the producer, they call it the talent buyer, for a good month with this
So
guy.
she's the he's the person that gets the talent for her to look at.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like that she heard it and didn't like it or something, but I think she just it never got to her.
Or it might have not been, because I feel like some of her shows are themes now,
Mm-hmm.
where it's all different. So there could be one like when it was all like musicians versus
Right.
little kids kind of
Mhm.
thing. So maybe it didn't fall in that category
Right, yeah.
for that week or
Gotcha,
so. But
yeah,
I mean,
and-
you're
and-
probably
and-
still on the list.
Right, and when you have a song, when you tell the talent booker that of a national TV show, well, I have a hit a song in the Billboard charts, and they say, well, what number? And you say 402. It's not real. It's not real.
Can you just
impressive.
say 12?
What's that?
I said, can't you just say 12?
I should have been like, well, it's number one. How could you have not heard it? What is wrong with you? Do your radios work? Do you wear earplugs all day? No. It was in like the 400, so that's not going to get you on there. But
It got far though.
Well,
It's not 1,000. Well, where's it start?
you know what? I don't know where it ends. It probably ends at 1,000 or something.
So it's not 1,000.
Yeah,
We got it at 400.
Yeah.
42.
402 or
Oh, fine.
it was like 501, then it jumped to like 440, then 420, then 402, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll keep going, and then it just stopped.
It stopped at
Yeah.
402. Oh. Okay, maybe that's your lucky number. Play it on like lottery or something.
Yeah, I do the scratch offs once in a while. I won $700. That was the most I ever won.
Oh my God! And how much?
$5 scratch
Oh,
ticket.
okay. I won 100 off $2.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I
that's
only
a
spent
90
$2.
That's a 98% return.
It is. It's most definitely awesome. So everybody knows to contact you at jordanwhitemusic.com. Right, jordanwhitemusic.com.
Yep, or just Google my name and it'll come up. There are some other, believe it or not, musicians named Jordan White, and there's also a football player named that, so just make sure you get the right one.
Yeah, because they'll be contacting the football player.
Yeah,
It's you.
yeah.
You were on the Danni Show? Who? What? No, not me. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So do you want to go over one more time of your upcoming shows, just for everybody else that's tuning in?
Sure. I am at, okay, the very next show is on Saturday at the Bishop Winery in Percy, Pennsylvania. February 2nd, I'm at the House and Barn in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. February 8th, I'm at Fogelsville Hotel at Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. And February 9th, I'm at Revolutions. It's giant bowling alley / musician concert venue in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it's-
I Play America.
America?
Sounds like I Play.
Oh,
That's in Freehold.
oh.
You need to play there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then if you go jordanmusic.com and hit current upcoming shows, there'll be the other like 40 of them that are there. I just only listed the next 3.
Yep. No problem. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And I'm blessed. I can't wait to hear for your upcoming music that's happening because I know you're working with your band in Manhattan.
Yeah, we're writing right now, and hopefully we'll be starting to record in March. As you know, they take time.
Yep.
They're just not easy to make.
Well,
so.
keep me updated with that because I'd love to have you guys all here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If they
would love
further
that.
work.
Yeah,
with their
actually,
schedules
this
and
is
stuff.
closer to them than where I live now. So
Yeah.
sure.
So just keep me updated.
I
Sounds
will.
good. Thank you guys all so much. Have a beautiful night.